Hi, today the topic which I am going to talk is about Arvind Kejriwal. Will Arvind Kejriwal get arrested? Will AAP will have a political crisis? Let's do an astrological analysis. This is Jayashree on the astrological analysis of Arvind Kejriwal horoscope. First, Arvind Kejriwal Saturn is in the Rashi of Pieces and exactly his Saturn period has started. Now, the Rahu and Ketu transit is happening, and with the Rahu over the Saturn means that Arvind Kejriwal is going to have a tough time. One of the important rule of the transit is that if Rahu or Ketu goes over the Dasa or the Bhukti Lord, there is going to be lot of problems. So, for Arvind Kejriwal, with the Rahu transit, he's been asked to come for a questioning, and that's going to have a very ugly twist. So, what is the fate? There are chances for him to get arrested, and already his subordinate Manish Sisodia in the jail, so he will also follow the same pathway. So, this can lead into a political crisis for AAP and Delhi government. Will he have the energy to come out of this entire crisis? For instance, he has Venus and Jupiter from Saturn in 6th house. Usually, when the Lagna Lord is in the 6th house, he should find a way to win over the enemies, or the enemies will win over him. And this time he has attracted way too very strong enemies, and the partners which he has taken along with him are not very strong. For instance, Rahul Gandhi, which they are trying to broker a peace with AAP. And will Rahul Gandhi be a very strong partner for him? The answer is no. Arvind Kejriwal with Jupiter in 6th house, all his plans will go haywire. So the chances for him to go to jail is quite higher. And what is that Arvind Kejriwal has to do? First is obviously the ritual of Chatru Samhara Homa. Then only he can win over the case. At least he will get a solution, the way to come out of this entire crisis. And another important thing is that he will come out in a bail. No wonder everything will go on that direction, and even coming out of bail will be there. But what will be there after this, after the bail? How his political life and career is going to be? It's going to be very, very tough for Arvind Kejriwal. First is that he has attracted an enemy. Second is that the transit is making him very weak, which will not allow him to win over the enemies, get the stranglehold on the politics, not like what he did during the Sheila Dikshit time or when he was like opposing the Congress. So it is not going to be a cakewalk this time, with the time is against him. So for next 18 months, Arvind Kejriwal will have one problem or the other. One or two ministers will be likely pulled up in lot of cases, which can put him into still more soups and problems. So for Arvind Kejriwal, this transit is not going to be a very easy one. And this would be a very toughest momentum of the political career, of his political life, because he has to stand up and win over the enemy. So without the ritual support, without the tactical understanding, without the blessings of Kala or time, for him winning over the enemy is very, very challenging. So Rahu Ketu or the Rahu transit over the Dasa Lord is going to be a negative defining point for Kejriwal. So whenever you take a horoscope and do an analysis, we have to simply do the analysis based on the Saturn, the placement of the Saturn, as most of the people do not have birth time. They have only the date of birth, which is obviously correct. And when you keep that and do a small analysis, we can even do a birth time rectification. This will clearly tell you based on the Saturn placement or the Saturn position in the natal chart, along with the transit, it can tell you lot of stories. So for Arvind Kejriwal, Saturn in the Meena is going to be a downfall in his political career, even though he can rise up, even though he can walk back again in a full strength, but this time it's going to be very slow. This is Jayashree, a political analysis of astrological chart of Arvind Kejriwal. Thank you.